Perfect. I count up so much money lately. I count up so much that they hate me. Yeah, I make niggas mad cause they ain't me. Yeah, I've been in my bag going crazy. I count up so much money lately. I count up so much that they hate me. Yeah, I make niggas mad cause they ain't me. Yeah, I've been in my bag going crazy. Bitch, I'm not.
First don't fuck your bitch in the click you claim. West side when we ride, come equipped with game. You claim to be a player, but I fucked your wife. We bust on bad boys, niggas fuck for life. Plus, Puffy tryna see me weak, hearts I rip. Biggie Smalls and Junior Mafia some more. I think a little higher. I think a little higher.
What's that? So we got back on another video. It's your boy PJ21. I just want to say welcome back to my channel, and also how you guys doing. And I just want to say if you're happy, if you're feeling happy or sad, then my intent should bring you joy. And also, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, be posted, share to all social media platforms, and also don't forget to also hit the notification bell for future videos. And also get the Pizzo Gang merchandise at teespring.com/PJZoMildadsGang. And if you think the price is a little too high, I have a promo code 2, welcome 25 in all caps, and you have to get 2 items for that code to activate. Okay. So for our next reaction, we have if you had pretty privilege your whole life. Oh no, if it's like it's not even good grammar. So if you had pretty privilege your whole life, and now it's fat, hot TikTok 2021. Okay, so I'm guessing like by this title is basically like saying that like you grew up like being pretty and beautiful and all that, and like as like your age is getting like more older and older, like now you're just like now you just gave up. Like now you like you like food a lot, and you just don't care about makeup or like what people think about you, and then you just like you wear anything. Like you don't really like do your hair. You don't really put makeup on. Like you just be like, yo, F it, like that's like I might take a shower this day, I might take a shower that day, like that's it. So that's what like that title's giving me. But let's see what the video gives me. Let's go.
Hey, if you had pretty privilege like your whole life, can you stitch this and tell me like what your worldview is? Like, do you think that people are really nice? Because I just recently got like a degree of pretty privilege, and it has been insane how kind people are when they find you attractive. And it is very hurtful, I'll tell you that much. People who literally wouldn't even look at me before now like, or they go out of their way to be kind to me, and I'm like, hey, like that's cool, good for me, because now I'm privileged. But like, what is it? Like, it's not even their fault. It's probably like a completely subconscious thing, or unconscious, or I don't know, whatever. But like, rude. Hey, if you've had pretty privilege like your whole life, can you stitch this and
Yes, girl, let's talk about it because it needs to be talked about. Okay, so let me get my credentials out of the way really quickly. A few years ago, I looked like this. Now I look like this, and that has given me the power to experience both the best and the worst that pretty privilege has to offer. Also, not to go super psychological on y'all, at 9 o'clock in the morning, look up the halo effect on Google and learn more about this. So now let's talk about what pretty privilege actually looks like. Look up
Go back. Go back.
Now I look like this.
how long did it take you to look like this? Just say because like it's like they show you transformations, they show you before and after. But that could be your friend. Like that could be your fat friend that you just like stole a picture from like from IG or Facebook and then like you're throwing off like that was you. Like I don't believe that
Okay,
was
so let me get my credentials out of the way really quickly. A few years ago, I
that's you. Like that person has the same nose, like but the hair you tell me you change your hair blonde that quick and then you don't wear glasses no more and like the eye yeah because like the nose like the face look like you but it's like the hair like is it easy to change blonde to black? Maybe it is but like shit like I still can't believe that like seriously like how long was this picture taken sir? And it's like I wanted to say something about like being pretty is a privilege. I mean, I guess. Like seriously, I guess. But this is not saying that because I like the title said pre-privileged your whole life and now and now it's fat. This is when she was fat before, and then now she's pre-privileged. So like you got to reword that title something because this is a before and after. This is not after and before. Like what the heck's going on here?
looked like this. Now I look like this, and that has given me the power to experience both the best and the worst that pretty privilege has to offer. Also, not to go super psychological on y'all at 9 o'clock in the morning, look up the halo effect on Google and learn more about this. So now let's
And look, I'm not gonna give her any compliments because sir, just put your hands behind your back. Like that's like I'm not doing that. I'm not casting no damn case. Yeah, because all these damn TikTok females they be trying to trick you, son. And they be like, yo, I'm this age. Nah, nigga. Like, yo, we seen you doing these dances and lip syncing. You're not that age, son.
talk about what pretty privilege actually looks like. It's little subtle things that you wouldn't notice before. So for example, not being charged for that extra drink or dessert at a restaurant, having someone offer to put the air in your tires rather than see you struggle doing it. And you can tell me like, oh my God, Kelsey, like maybe people are just good or maybe they're just doing a good deed. And I'm with you. They're doing a good deed, but why didn't they do that good deed when I was 257 pounds, huh? Why did all of a sudden all these good deeds start happening to me the moment I look like this?
No, because look, like, I would say that it was just men, like, just being men, like, seriously, because like men, like, once they see somebody like is doing good by themselves, they go to the gym and like, they're doing right by themselves. They want to make sure that that person like doesn't get injured. Like, they're consistent. Like, but if they see like you're 2 foot, you're 257, like they be like, yo, you got it. Like that's it. Like, yo, you need help with your tires, son? You got it, son. You need help like pushing your car? You got it, son. Like you need help like let me see. Wait, what else did he say?
Why did all of a sudden they're doing a good deed, but why do people are just good or maybe rather than see you dessert at a restaurant, having someone offer to put the air in your tires rather
Yeah, like with the drink thing, like in the bar and whatnot, like yo, they want to make sure you eat. Like they want to make sure that you have enough in your system. Like they want to make sure that like you having a good time. Okay, like it's just men being men.
maybe they're just doing a good deed. And I'm with you. They're doing a good deed, but why didn't they do that good deed when I was 257 pounds, huh? Why did all of a sudden all these good deeds start happening to me the moment I look like this? Because I went from like one good deed happening to me to a year to 10 of them happening to me in a week. That's not a coincidence. I'm sorry.
Hey, if you've had pretty privilege like your whole life, can you stitch this and
Okay, but yes. So I work in the service industry, right? I'm a bartender. And if you were unaware, the way you look influences it a lot. Whether that's tips or how people treat you, it just does. And when I tell you that my whole life changed when I started getting help for my eating disorder, which resulted in weight gain after the pandemic, I really didn't expect this to make me cry, but people don't even look you in the eye anymore. They're not nice to you.
I'm sorry, son. Like it's like you really got on TikTok. You were just scrolling up and down, right? and then she saw this one girl and said like, if you had pretty privilege before, I mean, your whole life, and now you're fat, and then she was like, yo, just give me a chance to speak on my speak on my behalf and whatnot. It's like, yo, you couldn't just like do this like on your own time. Like, this is the type of girl that are attention seekers. Like, okay, like she's putting out her whole like life story and whatnot, and she crying. She couldn't do that by herself. Like, why does she need to like throw that like the tears and whatnot just for views, just for likes and whatnot? It's like maybe I'm me, maybe I'm not, because like, yo, I'm just seeing too much females that are attention seekers.
Especially men. Like, I would walk up and say, hey, how's it going? You know, how are you? And I used to get, I'm doing really great, honey. How are you? Now it's a little more like, hey, how's it going? What can I get? 2 Coors Lights and a Bud Light. And for people saying that doesn't.
Yo, you can't. It's like these females are always blaming men like that. So like, yo, the nigga don't want to talk. He don't want to talk. Like, seriously, like, okay. So yeah, the nigga don't want to talk. So like, maybe like people could be like having a bad day, or like in a bad mood. Like they didn't wake up on the right side of the bed. Like, you can't blame men for that, son. Like, females, stop blaming men for everything.
Doesn't actually happen. Please raise your hand if you would willingly like to live as a fat person. And the fact that no one raises their hand makes the point. And it just makes you.
You gotta learn how to love yourself, alright? That's like, yo, if you feel pressured, like in like going to the gym, if you feel like pressured about like people saying that you need to like go, you need to lose weight, son. Yo, they aren't your real friends. Like, that's like, just go find other people and then cut them off. Like, that's.
You feel hopeless. Like, am I ever going to be worth more than my looks?
If you've had pretty privilege like your whole life, can you stitch this?
I am way too fucking sensitive to be contributing to this. My hand is literally shaking, but I'm gonna try. I am also very aware that by fitting into the beauty standard and by being white, that I am a very privileged person. So none of this is to insinuate that my experience has been harder than other people's. Obviously fucking not. This is just some of what my experience has been living in this particular meat sack. All my life, almost every single time that I was acknowledged for something that wasn't my physical appearance, it was prefaced by the word actually. You're actually really smart. You're actually really funny. You're actually really nice. And that made me deeply insecure. That fully conditioned me to think that the things that I find valuable about myself are just invisible to other people. It never occurred to me that
You know you're not special, right? Like, I'm just saying, you're not the only one that people say, you know, you're actually like smart. You're really smart. You know, you're actually like really like good at what you do. Like, you're really good at your job and whatnot. Like, actually, like you're getting triggered by one word that people get like in a daily like basis. Like, everybody gets like actually like in their lifetime. Like, what makes you so different?
people's misunderstandings and preconceived notions about me were on them. I took that on and I was like, that's my fault. I'm not doing a good enough job at proving myself to people and I gotta do better. And funnily enough, the desperate need to feel seen and understood makes you very easily manipulated by the old men that are preying on you.
You've had pretty privilege like your whole life. Can you stitch this?
Yeah, girl, let's talk about it. So it's 100% true that pretty privilege does exist. And yes, it is absolutely rude how...
Yo, why she look so familiar to me? Yo, like, she did some things on the low for a couple changes on these illegal. Okay.
when people find you attractive, they're generally just nice to you for that reason and that reason only. Until you are a woman in a power position who steps into a male-dominated industry, and then you might as well be carrying around a tray with coffee and snacks. Pretty privilege actually becomes nearly the opposite, at least in my experience. So I swear the logic is if you're pretty, you have nice hair, you have your makeup done, you have a nice outfit, you possibly could not be in a power position or have any intelligence whatsoever. So for me personally, I work in construction management on multi-million-dollar jobs, and I can't tell you how fun it is to have my emails ignored and people literally talk to my male coworker and just act like I am there to serve them. So yes, while pretty privilege is a thing, it can be switched in the opposite direction.
No, I be seeing that a lot, like that, so in movies and TV shows, like how like it's mostly female secretaries, female like assistants, female like I'm trying to say just female like that. They're mostly known for like getting like coffee or getting snacks like for the work people in the office. Like, but it's like it's gonna be very surprising and shocking when like you see a female like in the male role, like you see these firefighters, you see these female firefighters, you see these female like bosses, you see these female like just doing like what men would what men's career is, like the females doing it too. So it's not shocking or surprising at all because I feel like what men could do, females could do too. Like that just like that song, like anything I could do better. Anything you can do, I could do too. And then like it just rolls off the top.
Hey, if you've had pretty privilege like your whole life, can you stitch this and
Someone said it. Before anyone comes to me, I'm not calling myself pretty, but I used to be like a really ugly kid. Like laughing stock of the school, ugly. Got asked if I was a boy, ugly. And people used to look at me the way that you look at someone who has food stuck in their teeth.
Like UGLY ugly. Like, can we see the picture? Like that. Like, she giving so much metaphors. Like, let's see the UGLY like ugliness.
Talk to me like I was disabled. Kind of grew into my features and that whole attitude changed. Anyone who grew up the ugly kid knows exactly what I'm talking about. Weird, but it's true.
hey, if you've had pretty
Right.
privilege like your whole life, can you stitch this and
Hello, so I don't know if I'm qualified to talk about this because some of y'all be looking like IG models in real life, but here's my experience. So basically this is how I look like throughout high school, no makeup, my hair's not really done, I haven't really changed much. So first I'm going to talk about my experience with the guys. So basically I've never gotten treated bad by a guy, and I'm not talking about relationships, I'm talking about guys that I'm just meeting or that are my friends. Hearing stories about these unconventionally attractive girls, talking about how guys disrespect them and look over them, it was mind-blowing to hear because I've never had that experience ever. Guys are usually nice to me, and I would say 99% of my guy friends have either found me attractive or wanted to date me. I can usually get guys to do whatever I want if it's reasonable, like if I need them to do this or that or give me money or whatever, like they'll do it. And now recently that I've started wearing makeup and, posting on IG, I've had even more attention from guys that would overlook me in high school. Now they want me.
hey, if you've had pretty privilege
Look, because look, makeup stands out. Especially like thickness too. Like, like you having a curve, you have a nice shape going for yourself. Like that stands out too. But when you were just like keeping to yourself, wearing like more layers of clothing, like they were like, "Yo, who this?" Like that's like niggas will become niggas when they see a skin like that, and when they see like a little bit of skin, like they will just like be animals off of that. Like they see booty, that ass. Like they see curves, that ass. Like it's all about curves and showing a little skin. Like that's
like your whole life,
Okay, part 2 with how girls treat me. So I don't want to say it's the main reason, but it's one of the reasons why I had a lot of guy friends growing up. Because I look the way I look, guys treated me nicely and girls didn't. I've had many instances where girls that were jealous of me and thought that I wanted to take their boyfriends when honestly it was the other way around. Usually it would be the guys that liked me and I didn't like them back. Maybe this is more of a me thing, but I've always felt like I've had to dim my light when I'm around other girls. Because what happens when I don't dim my light is that guys will try to get my attention and they'll completely overlook my friends. So now it's a different situation. I am friends with girls that uplift me, and I can't have guy friends because I just know that it's not a platonic friendship. They always have an agenda. And on the other side of the spectrum, I also have girls that look to me almost as a leader because of how I look.
if you've had pretty privilege like your whole life, can you stitch this?
First of all, not all men are the way I'm about to describe. In my 10 years of service, First of all, not all men are the way I'm about to describe. In my 10 years of service, I have made some true friends, but they are rare, they're hard to find, and they're not always around. I benefit from pretty privilege in my line of work. I notice it. People often use a friendlier tone of voice with me than they do with other people, but they don't want to be friends with me. The faithful married ones don't want to spend time around me at all. The shady married ones want to spend too much time around me. The single ones sometimes become my friends, but they usually stop spending time with me once they get a girlfriend, and some men pretend to be my friend, but once I turn down their sexual advances, at the worst of times, this happens. I have pretty privilege, 100%. But girl, I would trade in that friendly tone of voice for a real friend every single time.
Wait, so these were the niggas that you went to like to the army, the military with, and you got beef from them? So why are you in the military? So like, I'm not blaming what happened to her, like on her. I'm just saying something like, nigga, like you not fighting back. So why are you going to the military with these niggas? Like those niggas are not your army pals. Like you know how like they be like, yo, you my brothers, right? Like yo, we went to the military together, son. Like we fought together. Yo, no, they fought on you, and they especially fought on that eye, son. That's crazy, son. And I was gonna say something about a G.I. Jane joke, but I don't want to get canceled. I don't want to get slapped, alright? Like how Chris.
Look at this cable.
Alright. I'm just gonna let the ad pass. There's like 2 ads. No, because like it's just like I'm not gonna be like that mean guy that be like, oh, they had pre-privilege and now like they fat. Like the title just blew me off like that, and like it didn't make no sense because it had to switch around a little bit. Like that's where like these girls were saying that they were fat before and then now they're pretty. Like somebody who made this title, like they really need to change their grammar or go back. Like that's it. So I would say also that like what else? Hey man, I forgot to say. I already lost my train of thought just watching this whole video. So like seriously. So I'm just gonna leave it off like that because I think I said that much already like throughout the video. So this was if you had pre-privilege your whole life and now it's fat, hot TikTok 2021. Alright, so let me know in the comment section what you guys thought. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, repost the shit to all social media platforms, and also don't forget to hit the post notification bell for future videos. And it's your boy P021 signing off, and we're P0 again.
Bitches.